Hello everyone and welcome back to another Adobe Illustrator tutorial. So today we are going to create this beautiful looking 3D text effect in Adobe Illustrator. So let's start the video. First, let's remove this text effect and let's type our text. The font I'm using for this text effect is Arizona and the font size will be 225 point. Let's center this to the artboard. Next, click on this none to remove the fill color and then we'll go to appearance panel. Here, click on this add new fill icon and let's change the color of this layer. Then click OK. Let's duplicate this layer and now select this second layer and we'll apply an offset path to this layer. Let's go to effect, path and offset path and apply a 2 pixel offset path and let's change the joins to round and then click OK. Now select this first layer and let's apply inner glow to this layer. Let's go to effect, stylize and inner glow and let's change the color of inner glow. We need to apply a white color for this inner glow and let's change the blend mode to screen and we need 50% opacity and 3 pixel blur. Then click OK. Next, select this second layer and duplicate this layer. Now select this layer and let's change the color of this layer. Then click OK. Next, let's apply a transform effect to this layer. Let's go to effect, distort and transform and transform. Here in move section we'll apply 0.5 pixel in vertical and we need 15 copies. Then click OK. Next, duplicate this layer and select this layer now and drag this to bottom. Now select this layer and let's change the color of this layer. Then click OK. Click on this arrow and then click on offset path and let's change the value to 12. Then click OK. Next, we need to apply a transform effect to this layer. Let's go to effect, distort and transform and transform. And in move section we'll apply a 12 pixel vertical value and then click OK. Next, duplicate this layer. Now select this layer and let's change the color. Here, then click OK. Next, click on this arrow and then click on offset path and let's change the value to 14 pixel and then click OK. Next, keep selecting this layer and duplicate this layer. Now select this layer and let's change the color. Then click OK. Next, we need to apply another transform effect to this layer. Let's go to effect, distort and transform and transform. Then click on apply new effect and here in move section apply a 0.5 pixel in vertical and we need 25 copies. Then click OK. Next, we need to apply inner glow to this 3D layer. Let's go to effect, stylize and inner glow and let's change the color of inner glow. Then click OK. Next, we need to change the blend mode to multiply and let's change the opacity to 30% and let's change the blur to 10 pixels. Then click OK. Next, we need to apply a drop shadow effect our first 3D layer. Let's duplicate this layer Now select this layer and let's change the color. Next, drag this layer after this. Now click on this arrow and let's apply a transform effect to this layer. Let's go to effect, distort and transform, and apply a 10 pixel vertical value and then click OK. Let's blur this layer so we can create a drop shadow effect. Let's go to effect, blur and Gaussian blur, and apply a 10 pixel blur and then click OK. Next, we need to change the opacity of this layer to 30%, and let's change the blend mode to multiply. Next, we need to create a drop shadow effect to our main text effect. For this, let's duplicate this layer. Now select this layer and let's change the color. Drag this layer to bottom. Now select this, click on this arrow and click on transform, and here in vertical let's change the values. Next, we need to apply a same Gaussian blur effect. Let's go to effect, blur and Gaussian blur, and let's apply a 25 pixel Gaussian blur, then click OK. Let's change the opacity to 80% and change the blend mode to multiply. Next, let's duplicate this layer. Now select this layer and click on this arrow, and let's first change the opacity to 70%. Next, click on this transform and change this value to 34 pixel, then click OK. Change the Gaussian blur value to 35 pixel, and here you go. You can play with the values to create a more natural drop shadow effect. So here is our final 3D text effect look. I hope you have learned something from this video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.